Audi e-tron GT. Similar in size to the Audi A7 and Porsche Panamera, the 2022 Audi e-tron GT is a hybrid sports sedan. Audi has traditionally used the e-tron branding to separate electrified cars from their conventionally driven siblings. The company's first fully electric vehicle, the e-tron SUV, which debuted in 2019, is the most recent example. The e-tron GT prioritizes performance and driving characteristics over overall utility, which is much more apparent in the top-spec RS e-tron GT edition, unlike the e-tron crossover. At the same time, in the search for speed, the e-tron GT won't lose performance or comfort. The Audi e-tron GT looks to combine the thrills of a sports car and the refinement of a luxury sedan in one high-octane EV, in a similar vein to the tangentially related Porsche Taycan. There are two flavors available for the 2022 Audi e-tron GT, the base e-tron GT Quattro and the RS e-tron GT. Both make use of a series of vehicle floor lithium-ion batteries with a total power of 85 kilowatt-hours. The power is transferred to two electric motors, one on the front axle and the other on the rear. A two-speed transmission is also fitted with a rear engine, with a first gear used for aggressive acceleration. The e-tron GT model was unveiled by Audi at the 2018 Los Angeles Auto Show over 2 years ago. At that point, the German car producer made it known that the production spec prototype would not look drastically different. Audi has been true to its word, introducing the all-new 2022 Audi e-tron GT, a compact all-electric four-door sedan with a coupe-like design about the size of the A7. In order to lead the way towards full-scale electrification and to develop and introduce new technology, Audi has been named the Volkswagen Group Point brand. Of course, the ultimate aim is to surpass Tesla in all worlds. Alongside the more powerful and pricier RS e-tron GT, the e-tron GT is just the latest salvo. The interior of the Audi e-tron GT doesn't look nearly as futuristic as its exterior. Sure, all kinds of posh fabrics and mood lighting come with it, but a few parts look like other Audi models, such as the flat-bottom steering wheel and A6 infotainment system, have taken them over. The heating controls, however, are new. You get a series of regular buttons instead of another touchscreen, which can be a little fiddly to use while you're driving, and you also get those electrically adjustable 8-way sports seat unique to the e-tron GT. If you fancy, you can spend extra to upgrade to 18-way adaptation, or fully ditch the leather trim and opt with a vegan-friendly mix of fake leather, man-made wool, and recycled plastic bottle trim. In the existing lineup, the e-tron GT joins the e-tron SUV as well. But if there's one thing that Audi needs to hear from the present and potential buyers, it's this: Audi's electric battery cars are the best in the country. The 2022 e-tron GT bears a subtle similarity to the A7 and its models for a reason. The styling of the four-door coupe proved to be much more common than that of a standard sedan. It's much sexier as well. The stunning and bold exterior architecture of the e-tron GT is improved by optional 20-inch 5 double-spoke alloy wheels, a new front grille for single frame, and a flat greenhouse with a slick, sloping roofline. For significantly enhanced vision, buyers should opt for the excellent HD Matrix headlights that also feature the Audi laser light technology. You'll also find up front that when they're not needed to help boost aerodynamics, the radiator and brake duct air inlets will close. Audi says a meager 0.24 drag coefficient. The first electric RS edition, dubbed the RS e-tron GT, has also been announced by Audi. This provides more power and several technical changes to the normal vehicle, including an active rear differential and adjustable air suspension as usual, both optional extras on the e-tron GT. You also have more powerful electric motor at the rear, so the RS produces a total of 598 horsepower instead of the regular car's 476 horsepower. And this goes up to 646 horsepower with boost mode engaged. That's 46 horsepower more than the RS6 or RS7 you get. The Audi e-tron GT will be compliant with 11 kilowatt AC chargers as standard when it goes on sale, meaning you can use a wall box at home to charge it entirely overnight. Audi will shortly sell an updated 22 kilowatt onboard charger if that's not fast enough for you, which should be capable of charging the batteries while you're at work. You can also charge the e-tron GT using public chargers with 270 kilowatt DC. These can inject enough energy into the batteries in 5 minutes to give you an additional range of about 60 miles and in about 23 minutes you can raise your car's charge from 5% to 80% maximum. If you are familiar with the general shape of the e-tron GT, then you are totally accurate since it rides on the same platform as the Porsche Taycan. The new styling vocabulary by Audi production boss Mark Litsch had been applied to stress a strong presence even at a standstill. Unlike the smoother overall lines of the Taycan, this is quite different. The e-tron GT has a more dominant presence. What is so unique about the new Audi E interior Trons isn't just because it's stunning or luxurious. Instead, with the same Audi flair that we know the brand for, the brand was able to combine new look and futuristic touches together. You don't have to see the 4 circles on the steering wheel while sitting down in the driver's seat to know that this car was made by Audi, and it ties such a modern car to the brand's roots and past in a way that makes Audi owners want to keep boasting about how much they love the brand. That is right, the interior of the e-tron GT is entirely leather-free. This product-free approach to animals is part of Audi's quest to become carbon neutral. Nappa leather is still, however, optional. Microfiber Dinamica and trim Alcantara are common. Recycled materials such as used water bottles and textiles make up the majority of the interior. We have known for decades that luxury interiors are clad in thick, soft leather, Alcantara and wood paneling, but when we think about our definition of futuristic vehicles, it's not exactly what comes to mind. Electric cars like Teslas have done well to create comfortable and sleek interiors, but having such a modest and crisp interior in an Audi just does not sound the same. That's why it combines well with the higher-end luxury features around the car to further accentuate what we've come to expect from the brand by incorporating high-tech features in the Audi e-tron GT, such as a wide infotainment screen and adjustable digital dashboard. A 10.1-inch MMI touchscreen is joined by a 12.3-inch Audi virtual cockpit, navigation, a hotspot for Wi-Fi, and a Bang & Olufsen sound system with 16 speakers are optional. An Alcantara-wrapped flat-bottom steering wheel, a Nappa-wrapped wheel is available, and power-adjustable seats are also standard. The sporty style of the dashboard is rather sleek, and the designers tried to build a sense of space amid the slanted rear roof. The e-tron GT generates a maximum torque of 469 horsepower and 464 pound-per-feet, 522 horsepower and 427 pound-per-feet with overboost. The all-wheel drive quattro system is standard with a short ratio first gear for the maximum possible acceleration. A 2-speed transmission is attached to the rear engine. This electric all-wheel drive scheme distributes power to all 4 wheels, while 4-wheel drive is enabled in efficiency mode. This machine is also capable of making quick choices, such as slick surfaces and hard cornering, depending on road conditions. The machine makes these improvements about 5 times better than the mechanical quattro system. Audi notes it is also standard for a 3-chamber air system. In 3.3 seconds, Audi says the RS e-tron GT can do 0 to 60 miles per hour, which is 0.3 seconds quicker than the RS6 or RS7. A prototype has, however, been timed to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.88 seconds. This is quicker than any RS 4-door car ever before. Expect a time of 3.9 seconds at 0 to 60 miles per hour and a maximum speed of 152 miles per hour. Up to 523 horsepower is available when launch control is enabled. Between the front and rear axles, the lithium-ion 93.4 kWh battery is mounted, allowing for nearly ideal weight distribution. For faster charging times, the battery utilizes an 800-volt configuration. Owners will completely recharge their cars overnight by using the 11 kW AC charger included. In just 5 minutes, a DC rapid charger will have a range of 62 miles. The overall weight is 5,060 pounds, with Audi reporting a length of 238 miles. For the latest e-tron GT, Audi has opted for a one-size-fits-all strategy. Per model comes with a 93 kWh battery, even rapid RS versions. That's the same size you get in a Porsche Taycan Turbo S with your battery. The Audi e-tron GT is a slow-slung coupe, but it's still pretty handy. You're going to have 405 liters of boot space in the back, and you're going to have another 85 liters of space under the cab when the engine is usually go. That means you get a total of 490 liters of volume, which is roughly 45 liters less than you can fit in an RS7 Sportsback, and almost the same as you get in a Porsche Taycan 4S. And in the rear too, there should be plenty of room for tall passengers since Audi fitted stuff called foot garages into the e-tron GT. There are holes under the floor in the battery that allow passengers more room to spread out. Huh, smart.